welcome to 10 Minutes with Barb and Ron. Thanks for connecting with us today. I'm Barb Gentili-Green.
And I'm Ron Rogers with OCALI. We have a fabulous guest today. She's a young teacher. She's well known on Twitter. She's, you know what? She tweets daily. She's such an amazing educator. And we have with us today, Regan Yates. And Regan, tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we'll move right into some questions.
Well, hello. Thank you for the introduction. I am a kindergarten teacher in South Carolina. I teach right about in the middle of the state of South Carolina, and I'm getting ready to start my 11th year in public education. I got my bachelor's degree from Winthrop University, and I got my master's degree from the University of South Carolina. And I'm excited to see what this year number 11 is going to bring for me and my kindergarten students this year.
You know, it is good to know that you're a master educator, because I didn't realize, I kind of took that for granted that you were, but it sounds good to hear you say it, because you are amazing in the classroom.
Well, thank you. And I'm proud of it. I'm proud of the credentials, and, just want to let everybody know about it, I guess.
So, Barb, do you want to start us out with kind of the first thing you want to ask Regan? A real teacher in a kindergarten classroom in South Carolina.
Man.
It's so exciting, too, kindergarten. That's their first experience. For a lot of students, I don't know in South Carolina, but in Ohio, a lot of our students don't go to a preschool. So kindergarten is their first school experience. So how do you connect with them and make them love that first experience?
Well, since it is many of their first experience, coming to school, being away from daycare, home, some of them are in the pre-K program, which is literally right next door to my classroom. So some of them will see us there. But for the ones who haven't been to school yet, we always just kind of start with our school-wide orientation. And in that moment, that's a really good opportunity for me to really kind of connect with their parents. I tell my parents every year orientation, this is a team effort, and I can't do my job without them. So I instantly try to get them on board, share my contact information, and I like to keep the communication with them open all year. And then something my district started doing last year, which kindergarten and preschool teachers around here, we love it. We have staggered start dates. So what we're doing during that time is setting up kind of one-on-one orientation with the students, and then they get to spend about an hour and a half with their teachers. And then during that time, we're also giving the KRA, which is our kindergarten readiness assessment for South Carolina, to just test their readiness skills, see where they are, so we can know what we're working with when they officially come to our classroom. But I really like this one-on-one time. It made a huge difference last year because, again, not only am I building that trust with that parent, but I'm also building that trust with that child. They get to come see their classroom, meet myself and my assistant, see the cafeteria, see where they're going to have related arts, meet other adults in the building. And so when they officially start, when I have a full class the following week, it makes that transition a lot smoother. So I'm looking forward to that again this year for sure. And that's just before school even officially starts. But definitely some other things take place in the classroom once I have everybody there at the same time.
So Barb, I'm sitting here listening to Regan. I'm thinking of all those UDL connections. Every one of them, everything that she said pretty much was a UDL connection, with either the child, the parents, helping them feel relaxed, start to build the relationship, getting to know the students, them getting to know, Regan. And what did you hear there, Barb, that really?
Yeah, absolutely. I love that connection piece. One-on-one, what a luxury to have that opportunity. And like you said, it just laid the path then for the rest of the year to go so much more smoothly. You know the children, they know you. You're getting that connection and collaboration right out of the gate. And it also struck me how you keep bringing parents in. It's such a natural thing for you, it seems like, to just talk about the families as a part of your team. And that is that collaboration with family. Huge.
And I used to, when I first started, maybe my first 3 years or so, the thought of making phone calls scared me. The thought of parent-teacher conferences, just like, every first teacher gets so scared. But now I tell them from day one, we're a team. I can't do this without you. Here's my contact info. And I just learned over the years, it's easier to keep the communication open, just to build that trust, clear up any questions they may have, things like that. And they don't take advantage of that open communication either. I set boundaries and everything, but it's made a difference in the past few years just with my efforts with families and everything.
Wow. That, when the folks here in Ohio watch this, they're going to be like, man, we're really trying to put time into that family engagement piece, and listen what they're doing in South Carolina. I mean, I think it's great, Regan, that you recognize how that has affected everything.
Oh, yeah. It definitely makes a difference. So I'm going to keep doing it for sure.
I've got to add something because it's right there in my head. You remember certain teachers more than you do others. I so much loved my kindergarten teacher. She died a couple years ago. She was 96. I mean, she was really old when I had her in kindergarten. And both of my kids got to meet her several times and sit on her lap when they were little, so you just never get over your first teacher. If it's for me, it was my kindergarten teacher. So you're affecting so many lives, and you're not going to know until so many years out there how much you affected lives.
I hope so. It is very cool to see them come back, even as fifth graders, and going off to the middle school down the road and just stopping by and saying, "Hey, Miss Yates," or "How's it going? You remember me?" Like that makes me feel really good. So I do enjoy that.
That is so cool. So, okay. So school starts in 2 weeks. You've already, you're doing preliminaries and stuff. So then, that first week or two of class, what else do you do to develop those relationships? I think I sent you the email telling you about my buddy. Barb hears this a lot from me. He always said you got to win their hearts before you win their minds. He always spent those first few weeks really diving into that. What do you do?
Definitely, since it is a lot of their first time in a classroom, in a more structured environment, I always am a big stickler for procedures and expectations. What's expected in the classroom, what's expected in the cafeteria, walking in line. But I've learned over the years with these young students not to take anything for granted. Like, we can't just assume they're going to know how to use this material in the classroom, or they're going to assume how to work in groups. So I explicitly teach everything from hand washing to working in a small group to sitting on the carpet listening to a story, because if I don't spend time doing that, I'm going to set myself up to have some issues. So I spend a lot of time on rules and procedures. And then throughout that, just getting to know them, their interests, allowing them to do activities, play games to get to know their classmates, a lot of show and tell, a lot of little home type activities so I can get to know their families and where they're coming from. But a big piece is definitely procedures, expectations, and just how to function in the classroom and around the school.
What I love, Ron, that Regan said, and we've talked about this in some of our other sessions, like working in small groups is one of the most impactful instructional strategies that we can use, right? And so when we start doing this with kids in middle school, we assume they know how to do that. But that may not be true. So I love that you explicitly teach, this is what it means to be in a small group. This is what you do if you need some help or if you have a challenge. This is what you do if, you and your partner disagree on how to proceed. I think it applies at kindergarten, as well as we need to remind our seniors of that sometimes as well. So
clear into the work setting, university setting. I mean, man, you're teaching skills they need the rest of their life.
Yeah.
Survival.
Yes. It's not just, a lot of people think kindergarten is just ABCs, counting, coloring. It's not. It's not that at all. It's so much more than that to set them up for success.
Well, Regan, I want to thank you so much for being on with us. Our 10 minutes are kind of gone. Thank you. Thank you. And if you don't mind, Regan, I think Barb and I would like to reach out to you in the future, maybe after a couple months of school, after you're back.
Yeah,
So
that would be great.
So if you don't mind, as you're getting back and you've got your kids, if you can kind of take some notes on a few things that really stick out. Maybe it's whether, something funny the kids might have said, a problem you might have ran into but was able to, get past anything, it's just good things. I mean, we don't care. Take just, anything that really comes to mind. So in a couple months, we're going to follow up with you again. Ron's out.
Absolutely. That sounds good to me. And thank y'all so much for having me too. I enjoyed it.
Oh, Regan, you were a great guest. I'm looking forward to having you on again in the future. And with that, Barb is out.
Thank y'all so much.
YouTube, please subscribe, like, comment, and share.